Right Honorable Speaker, the order paper that I have looked at has got a couple of issues. And one of those is the coffee bill. And again, like I'm saying, let me raise the matter. You're going to rule, right, Honorable Speaker. So as I was saying, Rule 94 of our Rules of Procedure provides for declaration of interest. What we saw, right, Honorable Speaker, on the national broadcaster and elsewhere were remarks made by yourself, right, Honorable Speaker, showing that you seemed to have a particular interest in the coffee bill. You were exchanging words with, having a chat with the government chief whip, and you asked him if he does have the numbers. Right Honorable Speaker, that was to show that you had interest in this matter. I am on procedure. Right Honorable Speaker.
There's an order.
Madam Speaker, our rules, and he's a lawyer, procedure takes precedence to point of order. Okay. So let me raise my point of procedure, which you're going to rule on. The Honorable Fox Odoi is a lawyer in town. I want to believe he has taken time to read the rules. Can you bring
your procedure matter?
And that's what I was raising before I was rudely interrupted by a fellow lawyer who I expect to know the rules and to even guide other members. Honorable Speaker, the matter of conflict of interest is a very critical one. As far as I am concerned, based on that, your conduct, right Honorable Speaker, I think you have an interest in this matter, and maybe you should have declared that interest and perhaps even recused yourself, excuse yourself from that matter, right Honorable Speaker. The second and final issue that I'm raising is from our Constitution. Article 21 of our Constitution talks about equality and freedom from discrimination. And I want to quote 21:2. Without prejudice to clause 1 of this article, a person shall not be discriminated against on the ground of sex, race, color, ethnic origin, tribe, birth, creed or religion, social or economic standing, political opinion or disability. Honorable Speaker, we did see you make remarks that seemed to prejudice a particular tribe. What we saw you say was, let's make sure these Baganda don't get the numbers. As we have said, this is not a matter of Buganda. Coffee is grown in different parts of the country. So I was very disappointed to see my leader, my speaker, make those remarks as if this is a battle against Buganda. And maybe government needs to clarify in bringing this bill, are you targeting Buganda and Baganda? I don't know. So, Honorable Speaker, I brought your attention to our laws, the Constitution, our rules of procedure regarding conflict of interest, which would see you decently recuse and excuse yourself from presiding over this matter, but also the tribal sentiments, right, Honorable Speaker, that we did hear you make, that have got to be addressed by yourself, perhaps beginning with an apology, and then we see how we take things from there. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And I thank the honorable colleagues for following the issues that I've raised very attentively. Thank you.
Honorable members, I am happy that the LOP has raised an issue that I'm ready to respond to. Honorable members, at the commencement of today's sitting, the leader of opposition rose, citing under Rule 94 on the conflict of interest. He thought to indict the presiding officer for allegedly having a conflict of interest in relation to coffee amendment bill. That is on today's paper. He also referred a statement that I apparently made upon which he imputed discrimination. From the onset, I wish to state I was quoted out of context. In any event, this house is a house of record. And being the custodian of the rules of procedure, and being the house of record, and if anybody thinks that I mentioned what the leader of opposition mentioned, I want to urge that member to bring a documentary evidence and lay on table. And once it is laid on table and it is true that I said what he said, then I will be able to apologize to this country and to the persons who are affected. But before that is done, because it is not true, I will not do it. Honorable members, in event of Rule 994 of the Rules of Procedure, clearly speaks on the conflict of interest. It requires a member who has a conflict of interest to declare it, and once this is done, such a member is precluded from discussing or voting on the issue before the House. We must note that Rule 94 refers to a member and not the Speaker or the presiding officer. By whatever name called, a member is defined under Rule 2 of the Rules of Procedure as a member of Parliament. A Speaker, on the other hand, is independently defined as a Speaker of Parliament and includes the Deputy Speaker. It is imperative to note that by command of Rule 77, the Speaker shall not be part of the debate, but may give guidance to the House on the matter before the House. Similarly, Rule 93(4) of the Rules of Procedure, the person of the presiding officer, in Parliament or in committee shall have neither an original nor a casting vote. And if upon any question before the House, the votes are equally divided, the motion shall be lost. The Speaker or presiding officer shall not vote. As such, the rule is inapplicable to the Speaker because, as part of Rule 77(1) and Rule 93(4), the Speaker is neither participates in the debate before the House, nor does she vote in any issue before the House. That is why under 94(4), the decision on whether a member fails to declare a conflict of interest is a sole preserve of the Speaker. In the circumstance, therefore, the cited rule, therefore, is inapplicable, which was cited by the Leader of Opposition, to the circumstance as to presented by the Leader of Opposition. I am not conflicted. In any way. 2, he cited a wrong rule. 3, I do not vote. 4, a Speaker does not become conflicted in any way or the other because she or he does not debate or does not vote. Where a vote ties, that vote is lost. So when we are debating in this House, Let's debate with the logic, not politics. And I want to assure members, no amount of intimidation can ever move me away from where I am. I will remain the smiling me. And now that Trump has even won, the sanctions are gone.